Europa is one of the 4 Galilean moons that orbit Jupiter. These moons were first discovered by Galileo Galilei on December 1609. The Galilean moons are by far the largest and most massive objects in orbit around Jupiter, and would be considered dwarf planets if they were in direct orbit around the Sun. The remaining 63 moons and the rings together comprise just 0.003% of the total orbiting mass. The theory is that as time went on, the moons would succumb to gravity's pull and would spiral into Jupiter, forming more debris that would allow more moons to form. Europa's 3 sister moons are Io, Callisto, and Ganymede. Io is named after a Greek mythological girl that Zeus fell in love with. It is covered with active and dormant volcanoes and is thought to be the youngest body in our solar system due to the fact that it does not have many craters. Ganymede is the largest moon of all, at 3,269.90376 miles. It is almost twice the size of Earth's moon. It has lots of water in the form of ice. Callisto's surface is the oldest and most heavily cratered in the whole solar system. Europa is the second closest moon to Jupiter. It is coated with ice that is 3 to 60 miles thick. It has an iron core that is surrounded by rock, and around that and in between the ice there is a subsurface global ocean. Europa has a strange similarity with our moon because, like our moon, its year and day are the same period of time. Europa's being 85 hours. If I lived on Europa, I would be 47 years old. Gravity on Europa is about 1/9 of Earth's gravity. Europa's icy surface is cracked in many places due to the gravitational pull of Jupiter on the ice and water underneath the ice. There is one section on Europa's surface called the Chaos region, where an asteroid was so heavy and was going so fast that it punched through the ice and into the water below. After this, the water spewed out of the hole and quickly refroze around the remaining icebergs, giving it the chaotic look. No one knows if there is life on Europa, but wherever we find water, there is normally life, so we have reason to believe that Europa may harbor life. I know what you're thinking. How does life exist that deep underwater, not to mention under the ice, where there's no sunlight? Well, even on Earth, there are shrimp that live near black smokers on the ocean floor. These shrimp use chemosynthesis, which is like photosynthesis, but instead of using sunlight to produce energy, it uses chemicals. Whatever life lives on Europa, it's probably far beyond our imaginations. Europa is almost certain to have geysers. They have even been photographed by satellites that orbit Jupiter and swing by Europa and other moons every so often. The water that shoots out of these geysers have been trapped under the ice for tens of thousands of years. New satellites are currently being designed that would be able to fly through these geysers and analyze the water that hits the probe, sort of like analyzing bugs that hit your windshield. This will help us understand what kind of life there is under the ice. Science has big plans for Europa, most of which mean going under the ice and looking for life. One of the new ideas that NASA is pursuing includes CubeSats that will be thrown into the orbit of Europa. CubeSats are satellites that are cheaper and relatively easy to produce. If we're going to look anywhere for alien life, Europa is going to be pretty high on the list.